Swing away.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the plot holes that drive people crazy. We'll be looking at examples that are not just noticeable, they're easily fixable. So there's no good reason for the filmmakers to have left them in.
No fighting in the showroom, guys.
Yeah, come on. All right, back to work.
Number 10. How does Michael Myers know how to drive? Halloween. See if you can spot the problem here. At the age of 6, Michael murders his sister and is immediately locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium. 15 years later, when Michael is 21, he steals a car and drives 150 miles back to his hometown to pick up where he left off. How? The sanitarium administrator even points out that Michael doesn't know how to drive.
Sam Haddonfield is 150 miles away from here. Now, for God's sakes, he can't drive a car. He was doing very well last night.
In fact, he probably hasn't even been in a car since he was put away. The movie seems to think that if characters point out the fact that it makes no sense, that's explanation enough. But it's still a glaring and unresolved plot hole. Number 9. No one heard Charles Foster Kane say Rosebud. Citizen Kane.
Did you ever find out what it means?
No, I didn't. What did you find out about him, Jerry?
Not much, really.
This one's been bothering people for more than 80 years. As the movie opens, we see Charles Foster Kane lying on his deathbed, clearly alone. Even the way the scene is shot, showing Kane's figure stretched out on the bed in the vast empty room, emphasizes his isolation. He utters one word, then dies.
Rosebud.
The entire premise of Citizen Kane is a reporter's quest to find out the meaning of that word. But how does anyone know what Kane said? Much later, a butler shows up claiming that he was in the room, but this is news to the audience.
Yeah. I heard him say it that other time, too.
It's almost as though Orson Welles spotted this plot hole at the last minute and threw in the butler to provide a weak explanation.
Playing with a jigsaw puzzle?
If you could have found out what that rosebud meant, I bet that would have explained everything.
Number 8. Kowalski shouldn't have floated away. Gravity.
Shouldn't we be turning or drifting again?
Not yet.
Kowalski's supposedly heroic sacrifice is infuriating to anyone with an understanding of physics. Once Stone and Kowalski reach the International Space Station, they struggle to grab hold of it. Stone becomes tangled in some cords, then grabs Kowalski's tether just as he's about to fly off into space.
Who are you with?
You have to let me go.
No.
The ropes are too loose. I'm pulling you with me. You have to let me go, or we both
Not
die.
letting you go, we're fine.
To avoid dragging her with him, Kowalski unhooks his tether and floats away. But what is pushing him away from Stone? Imagine if they were on Earth and doing this on roller skates. Once Stone stopped Kowalski's movement by grabbing the tether, the slightest tug would have pulled him back to her. He could have easily reeled himself in. It feels like lazy writing when there are plenty of other ways to kill off George Clooney.
It's not up to you.
Number 7. Daniel's crane kick was illegal. The Karate Kid. For decades, people have been debating whether Daniel should have been disqualified or at least given a warning for kicking Johnny in the face. At the start of the tournament, Ali clarifies that hits to the head are legal.
Daniel, look, everything above your waist is a point. You can hit the head, you can hit the sternum, kidneys, and the ribs. You got it?
I hope so.
But the head and the face are not the same thing. During the final round, Johnny gets a warning for hitting Daniel in the face just moments before Daniel does his crane kick. Doesn't that mean Daniel's move was against the rules too? Almost a quarter century later, Cobra Kai settled the debate.
It was an illegal kick.
Oh, illegal? Really? Come on, what about that elbow to my knee?
Yeah, I got a warning, you got the win.
There you have it. Daniel-san is a cheater. Number 6. Peter Pedigrew was on the Marauders Map. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
What's this rubbish?
What's this rubbish, he says. That there is the secret to our success.
Everyone thinks that Pedigrew is dead, but in reality, he's been living in disguise as Ron's pet rat Scabbers. People only find out he's alive when Harry spots him on the Marauders Map, which magically shows where everyone is in Hogwarts at all times. But Harry got that map from Fred and George Weasley, and it sounds like they made pretty liberal use of it when it was in their possession. Surely they would have noticed that Petigrew's name was constantly in close proximity to Ron's. Even if they didn't know who he was, didn't they think it was a little weird that this strange person was cuddled up to their little brother all day and night? It should have raised major alarm bells.
You should have realized, Peter, that if Voldemort didn't kill you, then we would. Together. No!
Hey. This man...
I know what he is.
Number 5. A human-made computer virus is compatible with the alien ship. Independence Day.
How did you do that?
I gave it a code. I gave it a virus. Computer virus.
These writers must have been counting on the audience knowing literally nothing about computers. When super advanced aliens invade Earth, humanity is powerless to fight back because the ship's shields are completely impenetrable. That is, until Jeff Goldblum comes up with the brilliant idea to infect the mothership with a computer virus that will disable the shields. You heard that right. In less than a day, he learns the alien coding language and uses it to program a virus.
Are you telling us you can send out a signal that will disable all their shields?
That's right, just like they used our satellites against us. We can use their own signal against them.
He then connects his computer to the alien spaceship, which is somehow compatible with a mid-90s MacBook, and uploads that virus. Apparently, the aliens do not have antivirus software installed because the plan works, and all of this happens in the days of dial-up internet. Number 4. The cops are in perfect shape after being trapped underground. The Dark Knight Rises.
Your masked man kidnapped the Wayne Enterprises board. He let most of them go, but he took 3 of them into the sewers.
No more patrols, no more hide and seek. Get every available cop down there and smoke him out!
The mayor won't want panic.
Let's skip over the fact that sealing every manhole in a city the size of Gotham is probably impossible. For the sake of argument, we'll assume that Bane did trap thousands of cops in the sewers.
The core will decay in a matter of months.
5, by my calculations.
Then it will go off!
We know they're down there for about 5 months, yet when Batman frees them, they look fine. They're not disheveled, their hair and beards are well groomed, and they don't seem malnourished. Did Bane also trap a barber down there with them? Who's been sneaking enough food in to sustain them? And while we're at it, how did Bruce get from a Middle Eastern desert back to Gotham with nothing but the clothes on his back? Yeah, we know. He's Batman. But that's not actually an explanation.
Lead an exodus. Save as many lives as you can.
You don't need me here?
You've given me an army.
Number 3. Who killed the boat's crew? The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Oh my God. Where's the crew? All over the place.
This sequel sees John Hammond's greedy nephew take over his company and devise a very stupid plan to transport dinosaurs to a park in San Diego. Of course, capturing the dinos goes very wrong and a bunch of people get eaten. But they eventually manage to trap a T-Rex and secure him on a ship. However, when the ship reaches the mainland, all of the crew is dead and torn to pieces. The T-Rex couldn't have done it because he's still locked in the cargo hold. So who did? This is never explained, and it seems like a very strange oversight.
Everybody off the boat! No, get away from that!
Number 2. Why did the aliens invade a water planet? Signs. If you were a member of an alien species looking for a new planet to invade, would you pick one that's covered in a substance that melts your skin? That's exactly what the aliens in Signs did. No matter how desperate they are, this decision makes no sense. Even if they didn't realize that Earth was an ocean planet before they got here, once they arrived, why bother landing? You can easily see from space that there's water everywhere. And what were they planning to do when it rains? If they're advanced enough for interstellar travel, surely they understand how weather works. This invasion was doomed from the start. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Is mass conserved or not? AntMan. Early in this movie, Hank Pym explains that the AntMan suit works by decreasing the space between atoms.
40 years ago, I created a formula that altered atomic relative distance.
Huh?
I learned how to change the distance between atoms. That's what powers the suit. That's why it works.
That means that the person inside doesn't lose any mass. They just get smaller. Scott can still punch with the power of a regular-sized person. However, the movie plays extremely fast and loose with this rule. Sometimes Tiny Scott cracks ceramic tiles and dents car hoods just by landing on them. Other times, he can run up the barrel of a gun without the shooter even noticing, or ride on the back of a flying ant. And let's not forget the tank that Hank keeps on his keychain.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna die. And neither are you. It's not a keychain.
Once you start noticing these things, you can't unsee them, and it's maddening.
Useless.
Which of these plot holes drives you the craziest? Share it with us in the comments.
We've decoded the intel from the First Order spy, and it confirms the worst. Somehow Palpatine returned.